Yo, what's going on guys, it's your boy Hotshot here today, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make Rainbow Six Siege thumbnails from on Photoshop. You can get it for free, you just have to find a crack. Most cracks are safe. Just search up on like YouTube how to get Photoshop 2020 for free, okay, and you should find a decent video there. So what I'm going to be showing you is how to make a Rainbow Six thumbnail like this. So you've got your border, your logo, a kill feed, drop shadows, all you could want that are appealing on YouTube. Everything's vibrant, everything's popping out. So I'm going to show you guys how to make that today. I hope this video helps you guys, and I will see you in the video. Okay guys, so first what you're going to want to do is you're going to go come into Rainbow Six Siege. You're going to want to go, up into options, interface settings, and turn everything off. Okay, this is going to give you the cleanest look for your thumbnail. Next you're going to go into custom game, create local, make a playlist with thumbnail. I'm going to show you this on Coastline because it's got the best lighting. I'm just going to change settings to, I'm just going to change the times, put that down to 15, put that to 0, put that up. Right, save playlist. I'm going to go on this, create as a player. You can do it on either team, I just prefer to do it on attack because the lighting is better outside. You're just going to want to go to your choose an operator. So I'm going to use Ash Black Ice on the G36. You can use whatever gun you want. I'm going to put that on it. Well, we're going to, Black Ice is probably the best because it's probably the most sought after camo in the game. So basically you're just going to come along here to ruins. So my favourite place to do it is here, facing out. Okay, but you can also do it here. You can do it like up here, but I'm going to show you doing it here. Go to shoot some bullets. Go to reload, and at the same while you're reloading, you're going to start taking screenshots. The Uplay keybind for screenshots is F12. That's the default one. So ready, 3, 2, 1. We'll get a couple more. Okay, so once you've done that, guys, you're just going to go back to Photoshop. So I will see you there. Okay, so once you're back at Photoshop, you're just going to press create new. We're going to go for 1920 by 1080. You can do 1280 by 720, but I just prefer to do 1920 by 1080. Pixels/inches 72 for resolution, and just stick it on 8-bit. That's just easier. Set this to pixels, press create. Might take a couple seconds. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do is go to your folder. So mine is in pictures, Uplay, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So as you can see, these are all the ones we took here. I'm just going to use this one. Just drag and drop that. Okay, just delete your background layer. Where you're then going to want to convert to layers. So actually just right click, go to convert to layers. Then you're going to want to take your fill your rectangular marquee tool and just get rid of any blemishes like this that you forgot to remove. Right click on that, fill, 100% opacity. Sorry, I mucked it up. You're just going to go content aware, 100% opacity, and that'll just fill with the content around it. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go to quick selection tool, and you're just going to select your gun best as you can and your character. So just start selecting it. Get every little detail. Make sure you get like the barrels, the sight. Just make sure you get everything in it. The character's hand. I think that's everything. Now what you're going to do is you're going to right click and then you're going to say layer via copy. Okay, now you're just going to reselect everything. Okay, almost done. Just get everything back into the selection. Make sure you've got the whole gun. Then you're just going to right click and select inverse. Then you're going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then so you can set it to like a 7 or 8, which is quite soft, or you can go a bit harder to say 12. I wouldn't suggest going any further than 12 though, so I like to just stick it at 8 or 9 to be honest. Okay, you can just deselect everything. Now you're going to select your layer 1, right click, go to blending options, then you're going to go to drop shadow. Just make sure you can actually see it. Outer glow, inner shadow to start with. Right now you can play about with these. I'm going to set this to 144 for the angle. Actually no, we're not. Just play about with the angle to get it actually to become a drop shadow. I'm going to go normal, bring the opacity down just so it's actually a shadow. Okay, we'll go down a bit. So I'm going to set mine at about 103. Now you're going to go to your outer glow, normal. You can play about with blend mode, so sometimes I like to use overlay, but I'm going to stick with normal just to make it easier for you guys. You're just going to select your opacity. The higher you put your opacity on the outer glow is the more vibrant on the outside, but you don't want it to be too vibrant. You just want it enough so it's going to pop out of the screen. So especially when you're using what's it called, Coastline, because it's already got good light boxing. So we're going to just put that on 80% opacity. Bring the size down by pixels. Bring the spread down a little bit. Now you're going to go to inner glow. Same again, just normal. As you can see, this adds a slight inner glow. I'm going to go precise, and then all you have to do is bring the opacity up a little bit, bring the size up maybe a tad. I like to keep it between 1 and 5, so I'm going to go 3. And just be careful with the choke and things like that. Inner shadow, you want this to be set to normal, and then you're just going to play about with the opacity. I don't like a big inner shadow. I prefer a more of an outer shadow than an inner shadow, so I just keep it in the low percentage, maybe up the distance a little bit, up the size, take down the size maybe a tiny bit to maybe 5 pixels. Now you can add, for example, a Satan it'll make it a little bit darker. You don't really need to screw around with that. You can just use, my settings if you want. A contour will make it a little bit brighter again, but I prefer not having that. I will usually put a stroke on just to make it pop a little bit more. Make sure you have that centered on the outside, and just stick that on normal. And gradient or color. See, I prefer a gradient, and then just black to white and linear style. Just keep it 90 degree, or you can make it a little bit more of a wrong way. There we go. A bit more popping out there. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do for that. Just press OK. Keep that there. Now we're going to go and get the other parts of the thumbnail. Photoshop, components. So as you can see, I've got a lot. So I'm just going to make a simple one with the rank. So we'll say put say champion here. I know it's cliche, but just for the video purposes. Okay, we're just going to put that down a little bit. Move it up to say here. Rotate it off and make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Oh, I've accidentally made it smaller. Okay, it's not doing as I'm telling it. Okay, that's perfect. Now we're just going to right click again and go blending options. Now this is going to make it really pop out and make it look very nice. Stick a drop shadow on that. Take the spread down a little bit. Okay, outer glow. You want a stronger outer glow on the rank, just to make it a little bit more vibrant. Stick an inner glow on it, but just a slight inner glow on it, as it can make it look a bit discoloured. Same with the inner shadow, just a slight inner shadow. I like to set maybe just a slight stroke as well on this, just to make it, I usually just put a 1 pixel stroke, just to make it that a little bit more standing out a little bit more. Oh, wrong button. Now what I'm going to show you guys is kill feeds. So there's many different kill feeds. I can leave you guys the link to my favourite one that I use in the description, like this one. This is what I use for my Photoshop clients. It's quite clean. Or you can use like this one, which is a little bit more clunky. I'll leave the link to both if I can find the links in the description. So we're just going to use the clunkier one. Right, you want to layer this behind your gun layer, and then just Control T and move it up a little bit. Right, maybe make it a bit smaller. Nope, we don't want to do that. Right, oh my days, it's not working out for me, guys. You just need to be careful with your Photoshop, not to mess things up like I've just done. It's quite embarrassing. You want it on 0 degrees, you want it to keep it straight. Right, that'll do. Right. Now you don't really need to do much blending with this, but I'm just going to add a slight drop shadow and maybe an outer glow, just a slight one though. See, it just makes the lines stand out a little bit more, and it just makes it pop a little bit more. That's all I'm going to add there. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to press Control and select each one of them, and then we're going to right click and we're going to merge layers. That's it, now into one layer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the border. So you want to go to rectangle tool, just go take stroke off on it and just have fill as white. We're just going to make a rectangle the size of the screen. The purple lines will show up when it's exactly centered. Then you just let go. Just unselect that. Select rectangle tool again, just a different colour completely. I'm just going to use red for this example. Then you're just going to play about with how big you want the border. Once again, these purple lines will show up. Okay, let that go. Now you can have a look at your border now and see what you think of it. So personally I think that's a little bit too big. So what I'm going to do is just press this, highlight rectangle 2, Control T, and just make it slightly bigger. There we go. That's perfect. Now you're going to merge these two layers together, the two rectangles. Sorry, let me just convert these to smart objects. And there we go, that's that linked. Now you're just going to go to Magic Wand tool, select your rectangles, and then just select the red, delete. Sorry, you've got to put it to layers, I'm an idiot. Let me just go back there for a second. Convert to smart object, convert to layers, convert to, no, not frame, convert to smart object, convert to layers, and we're just going to highlight them both, merge, rasterize layers, merge layers, Magic Wand tool, select the red, delete the red. Now you're here, you just want to deselect it, you're going to go to rectangle, you're going to go here where it says normal, and then you're just going to go overlay. That's going to make that pop. Let me just undo that just now, and we're going to go to filter. What we're going to do in filter is we're going to colour, tune the colour out, and make it a little bit more nice looking. So you're going to go camera raw filter. It might take a second to load. Right. Then you've got your temperature here. I like to put it down a little bit, make it look a bit colder, bring out the blues. The tint I like to make a little bit more pink to bring out the champion colour. Exposure and contrast, I like to make it a bit darker. I find it makes it look a bit nicer. Or you can make it a little bit deeper, like on the contrast, which I'm going to do here. Highlights, I don't really mess about with these too much, I maybe just make it a tiny little bit darker. Shadows are the same really. Make it a tiny wee bit darker. Keep the whites up, and then the blacks about the same. Texture, I like to put all the way up. That makes it more clear. Your clarity, if you put it all the way up, it's going to look too clear. So you want to just keep that at a steady, say no more than 30. Stick with 22. If you dehaze too much, it makes it too dark. If you dehaze to the left too much, it makes it too bright. So I just put it to maybe 14. Same with your vibrance, you don't want to make it too vibrant or not vibrant enough. And same with your saturation, too saturated or not saturated enough, it's not going to look nice. I'll give you a second to copy these if you'd like to. Press OK. So you can see the difference here. Without camera raw filter, with camera raw filter. Okay, you're just going to put your border back, and that's how it looks, guys. It's the same as the one I showed you in the beginning. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope you'll leave a like and subscribe if this has helped. Peace out everybody. Bye.